So, Vince, I'm curious then, because you were such a pro-Trump supporter. Has your mindset shifted on him now? Because at one point he was claiming that the Epstein list didn't even exist. So, which I believe it does exist, but has your mindset now shifted on him?
100%. I still think he is I'm not even joking, guys. Besides Washington and Lincoln, he's going to go down as one of the greatest presidents in the history of the country. If you just break down what they tried to do with Russia, impeachment, all the Russia stuff is coming out now. Comey's been indicted to shoot. By the way, they tried to shoot his head off live. Like what happened with Charlie, God rest his soul. They tried doing that to Trump because that's how evil works, guys. Don't get it twisted. They want to make a public spectacle, Mary, so that people see that and go, oh my God, that's them saying with no words, if any of you try to talk or be stupid, that's what's going to happen to you. That's a warning, huge warning sign. So God spared him. But at the same token, when it comes to stuff like this, Mary, I am not a fan because from what we just heard, there's been a couple of documents released. I think somebody actually stated it that, where was it? That Trump, just recently, a DOJ guy on James O'Keefe's Project Veritas, one of my favorites. Shout out to James. He does amazing investigations, all that work on all these people undercover. It doesn't get, mainstream media spotlight, but this guy was saying Trump was on these planes, never with any children, never went to the island, never did anything with kids, which thank God, because I never thought for him to be that guy. But to answer your question, Mary, this has put a big stain in the credibility, meaning because what it seems to me, my opinion, is that he's protecting people that he knows that are on there that could be potential donors, could be potential, I don't know, maybe they have footage of his friends doing something nefarious with underage people, and that's why. Give me another explanation to why. Because if you're going to say, mind you, it wasn't a campaign promise, guys. Trump didn't run on releasing the Epstein files, Matthew, Mary. He said aftermath, they asked him, he's like, yeah, I could see. He was like, and then he said, well, I just don't want it to hurt certain people that are involved that didn't do anything. Okay? So yeah, that really, really bothered me. And again, he's not going to bat 1,000, not with me. I'll hold his foot to the fire. And I'm not a fan of how they handle it at all.
Yeah, I love that because the left is never going to hold their side accountable for anything. So I love that. So Vince, I want to ask you, what's more dangerous in 2025? Censorship or blind free speech? And I say that, and the first thought that comes to my mind is the PBD interview with Nick Fuentes. So specifically Nick Fuentes, right? He's on the far right. So what do you think is more dangerous in 2025? Censorship or blind free speech?
What's more dangerous? I think censorship, Matthew, because you know what I want? I want to hear what people actually have to say. Because when the grass is cut, the snakes will show. No matter I don't care how tall the grass is, bro, you cut it and all of a sudden you start seeing them. I'm anti-censorship, brother. Don't get me wrong. I'm a free speech absolutist. You should be able to say what you want because Matthew, it'll have other people, let them debate. Let people talk it out. I want to hear what you have to say. Racism, let it come out. You'll be labeled and people will judge you accordingly. Okay? Because I want to hear what you have to say. If there's a caveat, free speech, if you're inciting violence, if you're calling to action for somebody to get hurt or for somebody to go kill somebody, Matthew, that's where the law gets involved. Free speech, say whatever the hell you want. Okay, I'm not for censorship at all. That's why, especially with TikTok right now, Larry Ellison apparently is purchasing it. I saw BB commenting how there's a war and that's a weapon. I am anti all of that. Period. A government owning a freaking social media? No. I'm not for that at all. I want people to say what they have to say. I want debate and good dialogue to go back and forth. I think, and a lot of people, Andrew, are like, Matthew, they're like, oh, how dare he give him the platform? How dare you? Oh, really? Did you listen to what he was saying? And what made Nick Fuentes, who Nick Fuentes is, what pissed him off, and what got him to this point. I think more conversation, more debate is better, Matthew. So I think censorship is way more scary. I think it's way more scary. People controlling what all look what happened in the UK and all that stuff, bro. In the UK, I saw them go to somebody's house because she liked a Facebook post and the police showed up to her house. I mean, like, come on, brother. The UK is cooked, brother. They're finished. You can't say stuff. In Germany, a bunch of migrants sexually assaulted this 11-year-old girl in a park. They brought the guys to court. A lady went on WhatsApp and found one of the guys, one of the sexual assaulters, and she's like, how dare you? She didn't threaten him. She said a bunch of stuff. She was arrested, guys. She was arrested for messaging him and saying, shame on you for what you're doing. So back to my point, America is obviously still the greatest. And the First Amendment, brother, backed up by the Second. You know, we say what we want, but there's consequences to your free speech. And that's it.
So then I'm just curious, what are your thoughts about all of these churches being burned down and the Christian genocide that's taking place around the world because they're being silenced?
Mary. So today on the PBD podcast, I said that I was like, I hope people are paying attention. I go, because exactly what you just said, Mary. We are under attack. Okay, we are the most persecuted religion out of all of them. Okay, and it just goes silent, under the radar. You know what I mean? It took Bill Maher. It took a Jewish man, a Jewish guy, to get on his show on HBO with Nancy Mace and say, it's kind of funny. You know, everybody's always concerned about what Jewish people in the Gaza, and mind you, that's its own situation and its own problem, and I criticize them all the time, okay? But when it comes to Christians, where are all of you Christians at? Meaning the ones out there that are just worrying about the Jews and the Muslims, and 125,000 Nigerian Christians have been murdered, I think, since 2009. Where's everybody at? Where are you? If this was, by the way, if this was happening, Mary, to synagogues or Muslim mosques or Hindu temples, go ahead and imagine what would happen. If this was Muslim mosques, trust me, they would take it into their own hands and there'd be an all-out freaking revolution, be a war in this place. Synagogues as well. The government would be involved. But for some reason, when it comes to Christians, everybody's quiet. Everybody's quiet. And it's unbelievable. And God bless every single one of them, Mary. I got emotional this morning, guys, because I'm like, no matter, even though it's all happening, 94% of these Christian Catholics in Nigeria are still holding Mass. They're still holding Mass because of their faith. And they're not afraid. They're not afraid. Because Jesus Christ even said it. We're all going to be persecuted for following him. All of his disciples were either martyred, beheaded, crucified upside down, burned alive, stoned to death. It's written. We're going to be persecuted for it. I just wish, especially we're a Judeo-Christian nation, really. All right, where's the help? Where's our? I guess the UN said something about it's like on the radar. No. This is a freaking genocide. This is a massacre. And as a Christian nation, the fact that we're not getting involved in helping these poor people, I think it's embarrassing, and I think it's one of the most underlooked things that's happening right now. We can help everybody else, guys. Anybody else. Israel, you need help? We're helping you. We'll help bomb Iran. We'll go over here. We'll help what about the Christians? Okay? It's unbelievable. And that's one of the things that's really, really pisses me off. Big time.